There are a few things I hate in this world, but this conversation is the worst, along with the GOAT debate. To me, it's like asking, are cars more intelligent than they were 30 years ago? Like, duh, of course, that's what's supposed to happen. But here's my big thing. The only thing that objectively matters is how much better was a person than the time period believed was possible. Hear me out on this. This is Roger Bannister, the man who broke the 4-minute mile. Why does this matter? Because at the time, there were medical journals that said no one can run less than a 4-minute mile. You would actually collapse and die before you could ever run a 4-minute mile. And this is why when you search who broke Roger Bannister's record, Roger Bannister continuously shows up, because at the end of the day, what mattered is that Roger Bannister basically paved the way for everyone else to recognize what was possible. Hear me out on that. When it comes to hip hop, and when it comes to sports, there is supposed to be a linear progression of things getting better. For instance, I remember in 2011 when Ray Allen broke the three-point record, and people are like, we will never see anything like this again. We will probably not see this record broke. Steph Curry, boom. Almost like immediately. It was like the entire concept of basketball changed. I think Ray Allen might be third at this point. When I was a kid, my dad used to say, Oscar Robertson's record is the one record that will never be broken. No one will ever be able to average a triple-double for an entire season. Then Russell Westbrook did it twice. And so here's the thing. We don't have to disrespect Jordan to respect the game of LeBron James. And at the same time, just because we don't like the way that LeBron played in comparison to a Kobe or a Jordan, we don't have to try to say that, oh, well, he's a stat pattern because he's the greatest scorer that ever played basketball, right? Like, you can't discount that. And for some sports, I think the GOAT debate is easy. Like for football, Tom Brady has more championships than most teams in the NFL, right? He left and still won another championship. He is unequivocally the most winningest quarterback, has stats that are so far off the charts. There are people that are nowhere close. This may go on for a long time. It may go on for a short time. But to questions like this, the answer is, of course. Of course, players are getting better in the same way that runners are getting better, in the same way that swimmers are getting better. That's the point of life. There's supposed to be a progression. But at the end of the day, I don't know why we have to then disrespect the past to make the argument for why the present is somehow better. That's just what life is supposed to be. And I will accept almost any argument, but I swear to God, if you say something about an eye test,